Hi Pisces, and welcome to your soul story twin flame past life tarot reading. This tarot reading is intended to look at the journey you and your twin flame were on last lifetime, both together through the twin flame, your personal life paths and your spiritual path, the different lessons you guys were working on, and then how all of that transitions into this lifetime. Now, Pisces, I will read the masculine energy on this side, so the male in this lifetime on this side, and the female in this lifetime on this side. However, if I feel the genders are swapped in the past life, I'm still going to refer to this as she and this as he, just to make it easier for the reading. All right, Pisces, I'm going to pull a card to look at the energy that you guys exuded towards each other in this past life that's coming through. All right, so with the divine masculine, we have the Page of Cups. And with the divine feminine, we have the Six of Wands. So this is definitely a couple that loved each other, okay? I do feel that the feminine invested a lot more energy and effort into her masculine and the relationship, just because he's coming through as a page. So I feel that his emotional maturity level was much lower than the feminine, or the feminine was a bit older than this masculine in this last lifetime. Definitely a connection of love on both sides, and I feel the feminine was very devoted, like coming through as the Six of Wands. It's like this masculine was her pride and joy, like everything. Like she really focused and directed her life around him, and maybe like supporting him, helping him, you know, just loving him. She was a very good partner in life for this masculine, okay? So let's look at what your personal life journeys were in this lifetime that's coming through. All right, over here for this masculine, we have the Five of Swords. And over here for this feminine, we have the Three of Cups. Okay, so in this past life, this masculine definitely had a harder life path and life journey than this feminine did, okay? Just with that Five of Swords and her coming through as the Three of Cups, I kind of feel that there were three romantic relationships that were significant to her throughout, you know, this particular life journey. She could have been a person who really enjoyed to like party and have fun, a very positive, bubbly type of energy that would like celebrate everything. But also she could have had some issues committing in her earlier years, okay? And over here on this masculine, he just looks like his life journey is much harder, kind of more on his own, you know, may have just grew up in a very oppressive situation. And so the energies of your life paths is very, very different. So let's look at what your spiritual path was in this life. All right, for the masculine, we have spiritual companion. And for the feminine, we have intuition and the third eye. So in this past lifetime, the feminine was very spiritually sensitive. She could have been psychic. She could have been a medium. She could have just been like an empath, a card reader. It's just this feminine with intuition and third eye. She was very tuned in to the vibes around her and other people, in her twin flame. She just very, very intuitive, psychic, like spiritually grown feminine over here. Masculine, spiritual companion. His soul journey, okay, for this lifetime was about this feminine, okay, connecting with this feminine, because I just feel the life path that he has had, again, being much more difficult and challenging. His desire at a soul level is for connection and love and togetherness and true intimacy. And, you know, depending on where he's at in his healing and growth, when he aligns with this feminine, you know, it doesn't mean like right away he's, you know, giving and being all the things he should, just because that's what he truly desires. He's been through a lot, okay? But ultimately, it's like his soul path was to lead him to this feminine, and she kind of really changes his life and changes his world, and it has a lot to do with her spirituality. So let's pull some cards, some past life cards, to, you know, gain some more insight about this past life the two of you shared. All right, so we have finances, we have food and hunger, and we have Greco-Roman. Okay, so Greco-Roman, that could be speaking of your ancestry, you know, your ethnicity, or like location that you guys lived. Now, with finances and food and hunger there, what I feel is this feminine had a much more comfortable life, and this food and hunger is attached to this masculine, and speaking of the struggles and the challenges that he endured, you know, throughout his life upon meeting this feminine. And I think he comes through as a Page of Cups because, you know, due to the life that he experienced, it kind of emotionally retarded him a bit. Like he kind of cut off from his emotional body just because of what he had been going through. And when he aligns with his feminine, it's like she reignites him to that aspect of himself, and he's still like a child emotionally, like, and she knows how to speak to that scared inner child who has been abused. Like she knows, and through that ability, I feel like she pulls him out of his shell, and he begins to emotionally grow and mature and come into this twin flame union that he's always felt within his soul, the calling. So I feel like she is very healing to him. However, I feel there are two significant relationships that she experiences in her life prior to him, or prior to her and, you know, this masculine coming together for good, okay? So, and again, he could be younger, just saying. So let's pull some cards to look at what your twin flame journey was like in this lifetime. Gosh, if I could freaking shuffle, what is my deal? All right. Okay, so we have heartfelt message or gesture, karmic flame journey, sexual nostalgia, temporary reconnection, and twin flame journey. Okay, so here, yeah, because we have a karmic flame journey, and look at what would be next, twin flame love. Because we have karmic flame journey and then twin flame journey, what I feel about this Pisces is kind of like more on the feminine side, where I feel she has other significant relationships prior to this masculine, and it may be like she meets this masculine, or she met this masculine while she was currently married or in a serious significant relationship with the karmic. Okay, I feel like this was more on her behalf rather than the masculine. I feel like the masculine didn't really commit to anybody prior to this feminine. Like, he could have, but he wasn't really emotionally or spiritually invested in anybody until he meets this feminine. And because we have sexual nostalgia, temporary reconnection, it's almost like he may have met her while she was in a relationship with somebody else, and like she cheats on that relationship with him, and that obviously they can't be together. And then there's like this temporary reconnection, so there might have been a little bit of like back and forth between these two before they could finally come together solidly, and be that twin flame journey type of love. Okay, because we also have the twin flame love down here. So Pisces, this to me is where the feminine, I feel, had some confusion. Like, she had other karmic relationships romantically that she had to deal with before she could fully commit to this masculine in this lifetime. But once that happens, once they come together for good, that's it for the end of their days. Like, they're together for the rest of their days, with this twin flame journey being the last card, and then twin flame love. And the masculine, that's always been in his soul. So you guys definitely ended up together for sure. Okay, so let's pull some cards to look at how things were left when you guys transitioned. All right, we have a season, ask spirit. We have love, Cancer. And we have the veil, Scorpio. Okay, so with this, I feel that one of you transitioned before the other, obviously, but I don't feel like there was a long span of time before the other transitioned, just because of season. So I feel like, after one of you passed, the other one passed very shortly thereafter, okay, because now we're back in this inner child energy of love, and the veil, like, it's beyond the veil. So what I feel is you guys were very much in love with each other, very committed, very in tune with each other. And when you transitioned, one of you, the other one, like, it was not long after, okay? Let's see, June, July, August, September, October. Like, I would say within 6 months of the other. Like, once one passed, within 6 months, the other one passed, okay? So that's kind of how you left things. You guys were very, very in love. I feel had completed your spiritual lessons, your karmic lessons, your twin flame lessons. Like, you both achieved quite a bit in your last life journey. So let's see what this life journey is about. Like, what is your life journey and life plan this time, each of you at a personal level? All right, on the masculine, we have the death card, and so we have Scorpio, and this would be the card that represents Scorpio. So some of you, this may be a Scorpio that is your twin flame. And then over here on the feminine, we have the lovers. So for life path, what I feel is, and look at next card out, would actually be strength, and you see there's two people there, so also potentially could be a Leo for you guys this lifetime. What I feel is going on here, Pisces, is over here the feminine. She is, her life path has a lot to do with this twin flame journey, her true love, all of that. This masculine, I feel there's going to be a point in his life path, this lifetime, where he like has a death to the old version of himself, like a dark night of the soul period, where all the layers of him are peeled back, and he transitions into a totally different version of who he is, okay? So this masculine is going to have big time spiritual growth, like an awakening, a dark night purge season in his life, this life journey. This feminine, I feel she cleaned up a lot of her karma and lower vibrating energies last lifetime. So this lifetime, she's just very in alignment, like this whole life journey. Like, you know, she could fall in love with this twin flame early in her years, okay? Whether, you know, you guys are together all that time or not is, you know, a different story, but I feel like you guys meet earlier in life for sure. And this feminine knows all her life that this is where she belongs, even, you know, through times of trouble, like she knows where she belongs. She loves her masculine, is full recognition of him from like almost the moment that they meet. All right, let's take a look at the spiritual path for both of you. All right, so we have the masculine coming through as self-discovery and the feminine coming through as dream messages. Okay, so much like the last lifetime, this feminine is very sensitive, empathic, psychically gifted, spiritually gifted, things like that. And she actually has like dreams that come to fruition, all right? This masculine, with self-discovery, yeah, I feel there's going to be a point in this masculine's life where he goes through dark night of the soul, and everything about who and what he was and his belief system and all of that is going to be like torn down, and he transforms into this completely different version of himself. And he's very empowered, he's very strong, and he is also very empathic and intuitive and connected in a way that he hadn't been in the past life or at any other point in this life journey that he's had up to this awakening that he goes through. Like butterfly right there, like, yeah, this masculine really transforms this life journey. So let's take a look and see what this twin flame journey and experience is about this lifetime, just because of what I'm seeing. Okay, well, here's a little bonus. There's a bit of pride and ego that must be overcome, and that, you know, could be on both sides, but it's feeling more on the masculine, you know, especially with this strength and the lion coming out. There could be pride and ego that must be broken, and that comes through the self-discovery and the dark night purge. And also, well, I'll get to that after we see all these. Okay, so we have material achievement. We have contracts fulfilled. Independent feminine. 3 of ego energy. And lastly, unawakened twin. All right, Pisces, what I see going on here is this feminine in this reading, like, she fulfilled her karmic contracts, okay, in past life, like, and so she's coming through with material achievement, contracts fulfilled, independent feminine. So the feminine in this reading, I feel, is somebody who can handle her business on her own. She fulfilled a lot of karmic relationship contracts past lifetime, so that this lifetime she could focus on her twin flame, but also being very strong and independent on her own. This feminine might actually walk a period of her life journey completely single, okay? And again, I felt like some of you may have met this twin flame when you were younger, and that might be what this is about, where there's this long period of separation between the two of you, because we have unawakened twin right here, which I feel falls on the masculine. And you know, after he goes through his dark night purge, you know, he is going to awaken to this feminine. But with the 3 of ego energy, you know, this is about karmic relationship, and we know feminine has already done her work, so it's the masculine that has some karmic relationships to resolve this lifetime. And I feel as that's happening, the feminine is working on herself, like growing herself, becoming successful, becoming independent, really just standing on her own 2 feet, waiting for, you know, her twin flame, when she can come into full union with her twin flame. She has no problem. And with the feathers around her, yeah, she's very psychically sensitive, spiritually gifted. So I just want to get some more insight for you guys, because I don't like it just ends on unawakened twin there. I'm like, well, what's that about? We've got to get through these karmic relationships before the masculine, I feel, can go through the dark night purge and fully awaken. Is kind of what I'm feeling here. All right, we have Ace of Heart energy. We have Message of Ego energy. And we have empathically connected. Okay, Pisces. So to me, this right here is after the dark night purge for the masculine, where he's filled with remorse and regret and maybe lost everything. And Ace of Heart, it's like, I'm in love with you. And empathically connected, it's like you always feel each other. Okay, like always, whether near or far, you feel each other at the soul, empathically made telepathic thoughts. That's where these dreams come in. You guys dream about each other and meet in those dreams. Something else I was picking up on is with this dark night purge and these karmic relationships, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be that this masculine just has a really hard time being the man that he is supposed to be, due to like different family karmic contracts or things along those lines that he's really got to work through and overcome, so that he can purge and expand into a higher version of himself. It's just like he's got karma to work on, and this feminine is like so clean coming into this life. And so, you know, the way this wraps up, Pisces, is love, Ace of Heart energy, which would be the Ace of Cups, because masculine realizes, you know, where he belongs, and it's with this feminine right here. And the whole time, like, the bond never leaves. It's always there between the two of you. You will always feel each other, the emotions, the thoughts. And when you guys are thinking or feeling about each other, if you're disconnected, both of you are always going to pick up on those thoughts and those emotions, and some of you, it will play out in your dream. Okay, so for this particular twin flame, Pisces, I feel that after karmic contracts are completed and the masculine goes through this dark night of the soul process, that's when we have the full-blown you know, twin flame union. So Pisces, those are your messages. I am wishing you all the best. Take care.